Welcome. Make sure I'm broadcasting. Okay, public. Thank you. I was sitting here, thought I hit the the go broadcast live button, talking to myself and making a few adjustments, and noticed that I wasn't even broadcasting at all, just talking to myself. How stupid that can be. So, what is a real man? Topic came up in the discussion with me and a young lady. We're talking about something, and she mentioned about her views about what is a real man, and I asked her to share with me her opinion about what is a real man, and she gave me a list of things, and I thought about that'd be an interesting topic, and I asked her to send me text me what she shared, and she said she'd get around to doing it. So I decided to do my homework. But first, those of you who follow me, I'll be uploading this to YouTube. When you go to the YouTube channel, those who do not watch it on Facebook, I ask that you subscribe to the channel, hit the like and comment and share with other people and allow them to hear what you heard. So as I was thinking, and I would appreciate that very much. So I did my homework and I thought about what is a real man, and have I ever been a real man in any one of my relationships? And I can say at times I was not behaving as a real man. I was behaving in a way that satisfied me, seeking my desires, seeking out my own thoughts, seeking out my own pleasure, telling people I love them and they telling me the same, and then abandon them for some other reason. All that was wrong. And one thing, if you all have followed me in my videos, I like to use myself in the videos, because by using myself, I'm not talking about anybody unless the shoe fits and you can wear it. But I like to use myself an example to let you know it was not easy for me to share anything about myself in the past, but now I'm able to do it, like running water. And we as men must understand that we do experience issues that women experience. We just don't open up about them as women do. I recall, I think last year, I asked any man who had experienced physical and emotional abuse from their wives or their girlfriends of the past, or they know anybody that experienced something like that, share it so other men will know that you are not alone. And I got no one responded to my request, which I find very impossible, that the males that listen to me or watch the videos in the past have never experienced an emotional, maybe they want to keep it to themselves, and that's fine. But when we all women are very quick to share their feelings about how they was hurt by a male. So I dated many women in the past, and like I said, I was not a real man in certain instances. I did what I want to do. So I can admit that. But what caused me to go deeper into this message, it's going to be a part 2, because as I got into it, I haven't even gotten the notes that she said she's going to share with me. So I want to share what I found. So I did my homework and I said, I'm going to define a real man. A real man is a human being. He's living, he's breathing. A dead person is not living. He can't be a real man because he's in the ground. A dummy is not real, because you know how you pick up something like an animal and give it to someone, they grab it and say, hey, is that real? Or you behave a certain way, say, you are for real. You say, you do a favor for someone, you give them money, or you invite them to lunch or dinner, or you do some favor without them expecting something. You surprise them and say, are you for real? Are you for real? Say, yeah, I'm for real. And a lot of us don't get to experience that for real behavior from people. So a real man, to me, it's kind of weird when you say a real man. Just say a living being person, living being man who's physical. He's not dead. He's not a dummy. He's not sitting on a shelf that you can buy. He's not a wind-up toy you can wind up the back and he do like this here, and you turn him up and speak to him. No, a real man. So a real man, from my looking it up, I say a real man knows his place in a relationship. He knows what he needs to do to please the one that he loves. He never let his woman lack emotionally, physically, and spiritually. He never lacks. I recall when I was married and I got a divorce, and my ex-wife said to me, we attend church, but we didn't practice church. We attend church on certain days, But when we left the church building, our relationship did not evolve around what a man should do in the relationship. Make his wife feel comfortable, make his wife feel relaxed, make his wife, allow his wife to know that he got her back. He always supports her when they discuss the situation. Don't I have this thing that when a woman in a relationship comes to you and say, baby, we need to talk. If she comes to you and bring up the topic and you sit down and you discuss the matter and come to a conclusion and working over the issue and resolving the problem, then that is talking, working together, allowing the man to make the choice, not where the woman is in the relationship. And women, you might get mad when I say this, but no man wants to date a woman that behaves like a man. A man wants to be in his male role, not that he's a boss and you're supposed to do what I say. No, I'm not coming from that. I'm saying a man and a woman should know what position they're in. A woman should know her place in relationship, and a man should know his place in relationship. They complement each other. And I can hear, and I think someone say, well, I remember talking one time before. So Anthony, did you learn, if you learn all this stuff, then why are you single? No, I did not learn all this stuff, knew all this stuff when I was married, even before I married. Like I mentioned when I started off this video, that I went by my emotions, what I think, what I feel, what I want, and what's benefit me. And I was sincere, but I was not thinking like a real man. It was about, you know, I like her, she likes me, we express our feeling, we express our emotion, we hang out together, we did things together, but I was not committed, because if I was committed deeply in that relationship, then we would have been married, or we would have been committed and move on to, after learning experience. I recall when I was talking to this young lady and sitting in the car, and she looked at me and she said, baby, I want to tell you something. So what's that? She said, allow our relationship to build on what you and I do and say and how we communicate with each other. Don't treat me and address me in a manner based on your prior relationship. And I was doing that. And I learned from that female. So being a man, I'm not saying you can't learn anything from a woman. You must admit that you don't know. You must admit that what she shared was helpful, so we can learn things from women, as long as we don't give up our male authority and our male position. Again, no man wants to date a woman who behaves like a man, do what I say, bossy, just behave, which I would talk about that on another subject, about what is a real woman. I just thought of that. So a real man would always inspire his baby, will inspire his love. When she's down, when she don't know what she's going to do, he will support her. He was encouraged, baby, come here, you know, how can I help you? You know, do you want me to listen to you? Just go ahead and tell me what you're going through, because when you share, when she share what she's going through, she may say, wow, I never thought of that. And he is showing her that he respects her enough to listen to her. I mean, he respects himself, not about self. He wants to gain her trust. In doing so, he denied himself for those few minutes, and he listened to her concern, and he wanted to be a part of her life, emotionally, physically, and spiritually. It's not about going to bed and have sex. You can have sex. It's like going to a grocery store, buying your favorite food off the shelf. You eat the contents of the can or the pack, and you're full and you're done with it. So sexual relationship should not. He should make his woman feel beautiful. Beautiful, baby, you looking good today. I like the outfit. Where did you get your nails done? Notice her hair. Notice her hair. Notice her nails. Notice her shoes. Notice if she put on weight, losing weight, or just notice her. Make her feel special. Baby, you don't have to cook breakfast this morning. I will cook breakfast for both of us. Oh, baby, you can stay in the bed this weekend because I'm going to take care of the kids. I'm going to do my responsibility. I'm going to let you have peace. I'm going to take the kids out to the park or to a movie. I'm going to let you have a me time. He's showing her that he gained her trust. He's making her feel beautiful, and he makes her feel safe, that I'm here to protect you. No one's going to harm you. No one's going to touch you. You are our children if they have children. He making himself feel real to her, and he never crosses her. He never crosses her lane as making her feel that she's dumb or she's stupid or she's ignorant or she don't know any better. He does not insult her. You're right. Okay. Roll his eyes, or I don't want to hear that. You know, listen to me. I'm going to do what I want to do. You know, I talk to you later. I'm going out with the homeboy. He respects her. He listens to her. And then a real man, if he meets a woman and he likes her, he should want to be able to wait before he have a sex, he should want to be. A real man would know if he wants to date this woman, get to know her, involve himself with everything that she wants to do, and then he wants to marry her, and he knows that he may or may not know that marriage outside of marriage is wrong, so he wants to wait until they get married. It's not about, I remember in my days when I met this nice young lady. This lady looked good when I was in Florida, and I liked her and she liked me. But one thing we had a problem with, that I said I would not engage in a sexual relationship with her because I want to get to know her, and then eventually we might get married, whatever. She said, "What do you mean married? Who's talking about marriage? I'm talking about this relationship." And I just thought about it now. When we engage in any relationship physically with a woman or a man, what are our intentions? What is your intention, man? Is your intention because she look good, or she has a place and you don't have a place to stay, so you pretend that you like her, you play the role, and then you move in with her because you don't have a place to go, you can't stay at your home, you can't stay with your parents, so you deceive her to pretend that you're a real man, and you're representing a real man and you're not. So you allowing her to take care of you. A real man will not let a woman take care of him. A real man will not move into a house with a woman, and let her pay all the bills, and he's sitting around playing Nintendo game or PlayStation, or doing something with his homie, come home with a little few money, and she know he don't have a job, but where he's getting his money, he got to be doing something illegal, or maybe he borrowed or whatever. She will only know if she asks. So a real man will say, what, baby? No, I want to get to know you. I want to know the color of your shoes, your favorite movie, your dislikes and dislikes, and what are you afraid of? I want to be there to help you overcome that fear. I want to love you emotionally. I want to love you to be involved in things. I want to, even if I don't like a play, I want to go out to a ballet or go out to a play or do something that I may not be interested in, but I want to please you. I want to satisfy you because we are in this together. Not, hey, I'm not going to no play. I'm not even going to do this. You must be crazy. I'm not into that stuff. You go with your girlfriend, I don't do that. But yet when he wants to do something, it got to be about him. You need to do what I say because I'm the man. No, a relationship is not governed by I'm the man. It's about doing things that makes her happy, even if you feel it doesn't make you happy. It's called sharing. It's called commitment. So when a woman and a man base their relationship on getting to know each other, when she popped the question, say, "What's my favorite color, or my favorite shoe, or my favorite perfume, or my favorite whatever," he ought to know that. I remember meeting this young lady one day several years ago. She had this thing that she said, whenever I meet a man, I would ask them, who's the mayor of the city? If they don't tell me who's the mayor of the city, or any councilman, or any governmental type questions, they are not for me. Because he feels that you are growing up in a city, you can't say, "Oh, I don't need to know that kind of stuff because it doesn't pertain to me." We ought to educate ourselves in a lot of areas as it pertains to our life, because it will better us in the long run. We might meet someone that wants to know, and we have the information that we have researched ourselves. So I thought that was good. So in a relationship, a man and a woman should come to know each other along those terms. And if you are in that relationship and a man says, "Yeah, babe, I understand, we can go that route," then what's going to happen? He will reveal himself within a week. He may try through talking, try through withholding, he would do something to show that woman that he's a real man, because he's committed to forming a relationship. And if he's not being real, as one will consider real, he will cause and seduce and get mad and get angry and do things that does not agree with him saying, "I will wait until we get married." And normally when you throw up that marriage thing, then they go like, "Hey, I'm not in this for marriage," whether they say it or not. Because I remember when I got married, one time when I was married, I had made it a business that I didn't want to engage in a sexual relationship with my wife. And believe it or not, we did not have sexual relationship before we was married. And then I can hear people saying, "Well, hey, I'm not going to marry anyone because I want to know what they can put out when they go in the bed." Okay, if they put out good in the bed while you dating them, and then you get married, what if they don't put out years and years later? Are you going to leave them for someone that can put out? that doesn't make sense. So we did get the marriage without engaging in sex. Yes, were we tempted? Yeah, we admit we are not found. We hug and we kiss, and when we felt we was going too far, we pulled back from each other. So it was an experience that I really enjoyed because it's like, wow. So that's what it feels like not engaging in sex with a woman before you get married. And you know, and I know, if you're really truthful, if you engage in sex with a man, engaging in sex with a woman, and they don't put out according to our timetable, I'm sorry, they don't put out according to what we think they should put out, bye-bye, go. We don't want to have nothing to do with it anymore. You too, you too quick, or, you're not whatever for me, you just don't whatever. And we just kick them off to the curb. So real man will not force any type of sexual encounter on his woman that he wants to date. He will get to know her. Like I mentioned, her goals. What are your dreams? Do you want to own a business? What do you want to do? What pleases you? What hobby do you have? Are you into writing? Are you into music? What hobby do you do? He will involve himself. He will even have a job, whether he's working to Burger King or Kentucky Fried Chicken, he will have a job to show her that he's about working. He's about doing things. And even admit his weaknesses. Hey, I drop out of school and at a young age for various reasons, I'm thinking about going back. Can you help me, point me in the right direction? What do you think? He asking the woman, what should he do to better himself and, overcome his pride, not saying, I'm a man, I don't have to show my feelings and emotion. And he decides to go back to school, get a GED. And he definitely don't live off the woman, letting her pay all of his bills because she got the bread and he's not working. If he's able and walking, he's not with a walker, and he doesn't walk in a wheelchair and is able to work, he ought to have a job. I don't have a job. I know females no female that have two jobs. They catch the bus to work. They will even walk to work. They get rides from friends and family members to work. Now we got Uber. Now we got Lyft. So there's no excuse that a man can't say, oh, they're not paying enough. No. Why would you say they're not paying enough? You must first start from somewhere, especially if you don't have a diploma. And if you say, I want to make money because I make fast money on the street, that fast money going to get you locked up for the rest of your life, or you spend some time in jail and in prison. And who are you going to blame? And if you never get out, you're going to wish you had listened to somebody and say, you ought to not do that. And a real man will have his own apartment and his own home, so he can have his guests, friends, and family members come over, showing something, be productive in his life. And he doesn't allow a woman, like I mentioned, to pay all of his bills and give him money for the sake of giving him money because he looked good or he good in bed or whatever. He got a nice car or whatever. If he got a car and it's not paid for, who's paying it? Is the real man will let not a woman pay his car notes, cell phone bill, or give him money? He's just sitting there doing nothing. And a real man do not sag his pants below his waist. I gave my earlier message that a friend had me to do. Young men tell these women to pull it, men to pull it up. I add another part. Young women, when you tell these men to pull it up, you ought to pull your dress down. And I have this thing about a quarter test. If I throw a quarter on the ground and you're able to pick it up without showing any of your underwears, then that's fine. If you do pick it up and you can see yourself in the mirror, or ask someone to see, just ask them to look at you when you pick up the quarter, and they can see your underwear. Not you holding the dress and then pick up the coin, but you reach down and pick up the coin. If you do that and expose it to the rim of your underwear or whatever, then you just say, that's trash. I'm going to get rid of it. And if you're walking down the street and your dresses are rising up, then that needs to be given away. Back in the day when I was young, hey, I didn't even care. I just, oh, she looked good. That looked good and whatever, because I was interested in what I was looking at. Now I'm older, and I thought about it. I said, I wish when I was growing up that I had someone like myself will be speaking this stuff when I was young. It may be even someone back then doing it. Maybe I was not listening. Maybe I only into self, and I give that. It may have been someone out there. But now I'm older, I want to talk to the young people and tell them what they need to do. And a real man, I was in Walmart the other day, and this guy was standing in the front door, and his pants were sagging. I mean, his pants were sagging almost to his knees. and these black female was in the line with me in the bank, and we watched this man, and they was looking at him, and I could hear their thought, baby, pull up your pants. Pull up your pants. Why would you come out in public showing your underwears? What message are you sending to those who are looking at you? What, do you not respect yourself? In an earlier message, I say when women are walking with these men with their pants below their waist in such a manner that draw attention, they should even have, they should have a belt on. I'm not even going to give them, say, oh, if they can have it low so long it cover up the shirt. No. They're older men in the 40s and the 50s doing the same thing, pretending to be young, I guess. You know, a man must have respect for himself and dress appropriately. A woman must do the same thing. Don't show everything. Women, do not show everything and have your husband, you should have your future husband guessing what's under your clothing. Not everybody can see on Facebook and all the social media sites because you broadcast. A real man does not smoke marijuana, do legal drugs, even sell legal drugs, especially to his own race of people. I don't care how much money he makes in an hour or whatever, because he's selling that drug illegally, affecting another person in life that will cause them to lose a lot on their life growing up. And that's not right. We can justify it all the time and say it's okay, and the white man this and the brother this and the job don't pay enough and I gotta do what I gotta do. But if you're able to walk and you're not in a wheelchair, you're not on crutches, and you're not physically, nothing wrong with you physically, you should have a job. And a real man does not hit a woman. And I tell you this, sister, the day a man hits you the first time and you let it go and you ignore it for whatever reason, he's going to hit you again. I promise you, he's going to hit you again. It may be the last time he hit you, but he's going to do it again. And a real man does not physically, you ought to do what I say, I'll bust you over your head. No, a real man does not use verbal threats to get his way done. I don't care, what time in a month that you got to do your business, all this can know. A real man does not threaten a woman to get what he wants. A real man stands by his woman no matter what. I saw something on what's the show, Undercover Boss. This guy been dating this young lady. She had cancer, lost her hair, going through chemo, and I think they had a kid. And he was talking about how he was going through all of this. And he said, one thing I know, that when you're in a relationship, you're supposed to death do us apart. Not is he putting out or she's putting out, then I would stay with them, but then I'm going somewhere else. A real man does not seek an affair because he's not happy in his marriage, or the wife is not putting out as what he calls putting out. So he doesn't seek another woman, like one may say, to cheaper to keep her. So instead of leaving her, I'm gonna just go another direction. I'm gonna dump her and do what I want to do. No, a real man will stay by that woman. And a real man will not impregnate one sister after another sister after another sister. Say, no, it's not mine. Then go to another woman who knows that he left another woman who's pregnant, but he tell her that it's not his. She believe it, get pregnant from him, then he leaves her. So he said, I'm a baby dad. I got 10 kids out there, or some have more, with all different mamas. He proud of himself in not taking care of any one of them. Yes, there are some men that will not take care of their own children. When I was divorced, I took care of all my 3 children. And I did not like hearing men saying, well, it's not mine. I will work under the table before I pay any child support. Or they don't even acknowledge the child. It's like one said to me, which I'll be doing a similar message, is, what is a father and what is a dad? What is the father? Oh, that's my child there. What is a dad? Me and my child, gonna do things together. I'm gonna be a part of my child's life. That's a teaser of what I'm gonna be bringing before you. What is the difference between a father or even a woman and a woman? So a real man does not go out impregnating women of any race like running water and say it's not his and refuse to pay any form of child support. The child can walk right by them and they don't even acknowledge the child. The mother can call the father and say, I need you to help me out. She may be aware that he has a job or he come into some money. And he say, I'm not doing nothing that you need. That's you. You had the baby. How did she have the baby? Based on what my understanding, you need two people to have a baby. So that is part of what it is to be a real man. I would do part 2 next Sunday, Lord willing. So those of you who watch the video, I recommend that you share with other individuals. Allow them to hear what you heard. Who knows, they may need to hear this. Go to my YouTube channel when I upload it there. Then you can subscribe to it. You can put comment on it. You can even share with other people. Allow the message to go out there. So someone else can be blessed. Someone else can have a changed mind. Somebody might right now be thinking, you know, about their relationship. The relationship should not, and I close by saying this, and I've done it myself. Our relationship as a man and a woman should not be centered around how good he is in bed, the job he has, the car he drives, the clothes he wears, and then we tolerate the physical and emotional abuse. If you are in that position and you need help, seek counseling. Seek someone you can trust. Seek professional help. Don't stay in any relationship, man or woman, where you see and you have experienced more than one time of a verbal threat or a physical strike upon your body. It goes to men too. So thank you all that you took the time out to watch this video. I recommend that you share it. And if you like, you can make a comment. And if you like it and you want me to talk about a specific topic, because I learned that a lot of people want to say a lot of things, but they just don't feel that they are in a position, or they don't feel that they can say it, or they may be shy, or they don't know how to express themselves, or they just want the word out so other people can hear what being said, that they can say, wow, I never thought of that. That makes sense. When I get in a relationship with a man, what are my intentions? What are my intentions? Do I want to get in this relationship because I want to be married? Do I want to get in this relationship because I'm alone and I just want somebody in my life, so I'm going to tolerate whatever? Is I'm going to get in a relationship to know this person and not engage in sex with them? And they will reveal to me that they are in it for the same reason? Because if they're not, they would assume to just go in another direction, find another woman. They may date me and date someone else to fulfill their needs. Men begin to understand that we must begin to start acting like men. So if women are our children, or their children, or somebody else's children, look at and say, I want to be just like him. Not I want to be like this football player, or this basketball player, or this sports figure. I want to be like my next door neighbor, because I see how he treat his woman. I see how he treat his wife. I see how he treat his children. I see how he interact in the community. I see what he does that make a difference, not only in his life, but how it can make a difference in others. So thank you, everyone. God bless.